softer conditions as well. It was only beaten in the photo finish by Sweet Pursuit back on the 17th of August. That was also at Bath. And we just mentioned one more, number 7, Mick Shannon's runner After John, who hasn't got any decent recent form, but was a winner of Pontefract in May. And again, that was on faster ground. But the trip, I guess, is the key. It's been running over 7 furlongs since that win at Ponty and back to 6 furlongs this afternoon. So not sure about the ground, but certainly the trip will be in its favour, you would think. So there are a few to look at then for our next race at Goodwood. It's due for 3:05. Once again, join us near the time for an update on that betting and, of course, commentary. Red car 250. First number 5 Scottish Summit 25-1. Second number 2 Addis Ababa 9-4 joint favourite, and third number 9 Delft Crescent 16-1. The other joint favourite number 6 Brassica 9 ran. We just had a 25-1 winner at Red car in the shape of Scottish Summit, son of Shamadal. We've got action for you coming up over jumps from Perth later with 3:15. Before that, though, we're off to Goodwood once again. So next race on the card coming up at Goodwood, and this will be the 3:05 race. The feature race at Goodwood is actually the 3:40, which is a listed race over a mile and a quarter. A couple of non-runners there setting sail and look around. And speaking of non-runners, of course, in our next race coming up at Goodwood, which will be at 3:05, there is a non-runner, number 5 Shining. It doesn't go in that class 4 handicap over 6 furlongs. Look at some of the fancies for it, because it does have a wide open look, if I'm honest. Number 9 Sent Flying for William Yore and his son-in-law Martin Dwyer has been a model of consistency, though. Generally wins and gets placed of late. It was a winner at Newmarket back in August, and then more recently won at Epsom, and that was over the 6 furlongs. And so back at Newmarket last time, wasn't beaten too far by Equiano Springs. So all that form looks quite good to me, and it should make a bold bid to be involved again. And that is Sent Flying. Number 6 Atalanta's Boy for David Manusia. Tom Greatrex can take weight off its back. It's a course and distance winner, and that victory came when it beat Spanish Star in May. Tom Greatrex was on board then. It followed up at Doncaster. Was beaten at Chepstow, well beaten as well, I have to say, last time out. And that was
this event will start in 60
that would be the worry
seconds.
for me. That it's 2 good runs that come on faster ground, and last time out, with a bit of cut in the ground, it didn't give its true running, and it is soft ground at Goodwood this afternoon. Number 2 UCAN for Stuart Kittow. Rob Hornby on board for the first time. Finished 5th over the course and distance behind Pennsylvania Dutch 3 outings back. That was off 83. It's just coming down slightly down the weights. Can line up off 81 today, which I guess should help.
This
Michael
event starts in 30 seconds.
Up with
In 30
He's got a
seconds.
£5 penalty for scoring a Bath 10 days ago. Again, that was on fast ground, but it does handle the softer conditions as well. It was only beaten in the photo finish by Sweet Pursuit back on the 17th of August. That was also at Bath. And we just mentioned one more, number 7 Mick
10
Shannon's runner
seconds.
After John, who hasn't got any decent recent form, but was a winner of Pontefract in May. And again, that was on faster ground, but the trip, I guess, is the key. It's been running over 7 furlongs since that win at Ponty and back to 6 furlongs this afternoon. So not sure about the ground, but certainly the trip will be in its favour, you would think. So there are a few to look at then for our next race at Goodwood. It's due for 3:05. Once again, join us near the time for an update on that betting and, of course, commentary. Red car 250. First number 5 Scottish Summit 25-1. Second number 2 Addis Ababa 9-4 joint favourite, and third number 9 Delft Crescent 16-1. The other joint favourite number 6 Brassica 9 ran. We just had a 25-1 winner at Red car in the shape of Scottish Summit, son of Shamadal. We've got action for you coming up over jumps from Perth later with 3:15. Before that, though, we're off to Goodwood once again. So next race on the card coming up at Goodwood, and this will be the 3:05 race. The feature race at Goodwood is actually the 3:40, which is a listed race over a mile and a quarter. A couple of non-runners there setting sail and look around. And speaking of non-runners, of course, in our next race coming up at Goodwood, which will be at 3:05, there is a non-runner, number 5 Shining. It doesn't go in that class 4 handicap over 6 furlongs. And the runners are now down at the start. And so let's have a look. Atalanta's Boy now 7-2, 5-1 UCAN. After John was 8 earlier, now down to 11-2 for After John, Mick Shannon's runner. So this is certainly being backed Bit of a gamble. 6 to 1, Delegate This Lord. Send Flying 13 to 2. That was the first one that I mentioned in the preview earlier. Send Flying. It's pretty consistent. So I thought it would have been a shorter price than that, but around about 7 or 8 to 1 in the betting for this. The Birra Moretti handicap, the 305. It is over 6 furlongs, and the loading up is underway. 4 of the runners in, and we've got 9 to go in altogether. So no panic. Still got time to have a click through if you haven't had your bet yet. So let's have a look then at the contest. As I say, Shining doesn't go, and we were looking at the outsiders in the betting there as well. Private Matters 9 to 1, Quench Dolly 12s, and Quiet Endeavour is on 16 to 1. But it is Atalanta's Boy who is the favourite now at 7 to 2. It was actually awarded a race in May in the Stewards' Room, but then went on to actually win on merit at Doncaster. And apparently there have been excuses since then, including the fact that he bled from the nose. So he could be an improver. I don't know. I think 7 to 2 is a bit
event
short
is
for me.
now in play.
At a decent price, I'd rather be with Sent Flying, who is now 13 to 2 again on the off. He's come back in to the betting centre.